makes me look like I just radiate health despite making poor life choices all the time. Hey guys, my name is Rose, and today I wanted to do a little Glossier New Year's Eve tutorial to show you guys it is extremely possible and easy to achieve a beautiful full glam look using only Glossier products. I know they kind of have a reputation as being this like no makeup company, very natural, and while you can definitely use their products to achieve a look like that, you can also achieve a really beautiful glam look like this easily using their products. If you're curious to see how, just keep watching to find out. So even though this is my first YouTube video, it kind of feels like my second YouTube video because I just filmed this entire thing and was out of focus the whole time. So I had to make a quick decision, abandon my YouTube career and just forget about ever uploading my first video, or do the rational thing and take off my full face of makeup and just quickly do it again. I mean, I've done it once, so I now have practice doing this look that I've done many times before, so let's get into it. So I'm going to start off with my eyes. I'm going to go in with Glossier Skywash in the shade Echo, I believe. Yeah, Echo. This is one of my favorite eye products. It is so easy to use. A little goes a long way with this guy, so definitely don't use too much of it. I like to just do a couple of dots. You could definitely do eyeshadow primer if you wanted this look to last longer, but I honestly find that Glossier Skywash has pretty good staying coverage. Then I'm going to use just a random fluffy brush from my collection to blend that out. I think I got this in an Ipsy bag. It's like a Luxie 207 medium angled shading brush. And I'm just going to go in and gently blend that out. I'm going to apply some of this to my other eye, same way I did on my right eye. I'm just going to do 4 or 5 dots just on the outer V kind of. And I will go in and do a second layer of this as well. I just like to blend it up slowly because I find, like I said, less is more with this product. And I do find it is a lot more forgiving the sooner you blend it out. Like it's better to blend it out wet than it is dry. So just go in right away with a nice fluffy angled brush if you want a really soft diffuse look like this. Or your finger if you want like a bolder, more pigmented look. So I'm going in again on my right eye for my second coat. Just doing another 4 or 5 dots. I kind of apply it lighter as I go more into the crease. And when I blend, I bring the brush further in than the Skywashes. And then I blend outwards and up, kind of towards my brow bone. It's just about deepening and darkening the crease. You can see that 2 coats versus 1 coat, it's just like a little more oomph. Makes a bit of a difference. Just going in for my second coat on my left eye, did another 4 or 5 dots. Just gonna blend her out. I feel like my left eye has turned out a bit darker than my right eye, so I'm probably going to do a third coat on my right eye just for symmetry's sake. I don't want it to be like an opaque dark brown, but I do want it to be fairly defined since it's your New Year's Eve eye look, right? Go big or go home. can see that with a third coat on my right eye, it's just a bit more even. It's quite messy, and that's why I like to do this stage first before doing like my face makeup and the rest of my eye makeup, just so that I can clean it up with all the other products I apply. So next we're going to go in with Lid Star in my favorite shade, the shade Moon. This is really nice, like champagne-y opalescent shade. I'm just going to apply that all over my lid. Unlike Skywash with Lid Star, more is more. I like to do one pretty solid coat like that for just like day-to-day eye looks. But I'm going to do a second coat for this look because we are going for something much more glam. So you can see that that already just makes everything look a lot nicer. Just going to do the same thing to my left eye. I like to probably apply it to like 3/4 of my eyelid and just blend it out to like the last quarter, because I don't really want the shimmer everywhere. I want the shimmer to draw attention to like the middle and inner corner of my eye. So there's coat number 1 on both eyes. And I'm just going to do the second coat. I like to kind of dot the second coat on instead of like dragging it on, just because I find if I drag the applicator over my eyes, I can kind of smudge it or wipe some of it away. Whereas if I gently dab it on, it just like builds up the color. So that's how the two eye products should look. Next, I'm going to take my Glossier Stretch Concealer in the shade G11. I love this stuff. I use it all over my face some days. And then I'm going to apply it just using this little Sephora complexion multitasker brush that I picked up for like $15 way back in the day. The Stretch Concealer comes in this nice little tub, and to apply it, I just like to take this brush and just kind of swirl it around. Kind of stippling, just building up lots of product on there. And then I just apply it to my under eye area. As you can see, I kind of stipple it on. You do want to pay attention to how you apply this because you use this product to clean up that kind of like black eye look you got going on from the Skywash. To blend out my stretch concealer, I just like to use this big Becca Kabuki brush that I bought from Winners like last year. I think it was still like $15 at Winners, so I'm sure it's pretty expensive retail. But any big, soft, fluffy brush works for this. You just want to stipple, but also kind of like drag the product into your skin. You can see how much it cleans up that outer corner, just compared to the side with it on, and the side where I still haven't applied stretch concealer. I'm just gonna swirl my brush around a little bit more and then go in and clean up my other eye. Just doing that same kind of triangle shape to lighten that area of my face. I'm using the bristles of the brush to form this nice, clean, straight line. I like to kind of compare the sides and make sure that I've cleaned them up evenly. And then just blend it out that same way. So you can see that it's nice and clean and sharp now. I'm going to take a little bit of stretch concealer just on my finger this time. And just apply that to my brow bone area. Kind of need like one dip per eyebrow and just clean up that upper corner of the eyeshadow. Ew, I don't know why I just licked my nose there. That's something weird I can do. I always forget that most people can't just like lick their nose. Okay, So after applying stretch concealer, I'm going to go in with Glossier's Answer to Foundation, which is their very sheer skin tint. I love this stuff. It will not cover acne or like serious blemishes, but it does just provide like a nice even wash of color and help to cancel out redness. So I love this stuff. I just apply it right to my face straight from the bottle like this, just doing like 2 lines on my cheeks, line on my forehead, a little line on my nose. You can blend this out with a sponge if you want more coverage, but I don't want more coverage, so I'm just gonna use my fingers and just kind of like gently slap it onto my face. I like this gentle slapping motion because it's kind of like the closest to stippling you can get with your hands. And it also just kind of feels nice. So just gently slap that everywhere. Most days I will just use stretch concealer. I kind of save skin tint for days where I want to look like extra nice. Because on a day-to-day basis, I just don't like having makeup all over my face. I love wearing eye makeup, so I wear eye makeup on a day-to-day basis. But face makeup, especially when I'm wearing a mask out in public, like it just doesn't seem like the best move for my skin, so I just haven't been wearing much face makeup this year. This is a New Year's Eve tutorial though, so I wanted to go a little bit out there and just have some fun with it. So I'm going to start on my cheek products now. I'm going to apply some Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Puff. I love this stuff. It reminds me a lot of like a little tube of like watercolor paint or something. I am a very creative person, so I do have many tubes of paint lying around my house. I am glad that I store my makeup separate from my paints, otherwise I would definitely mix up this little tube with one of my like watercolor tubes. I put some all over my finger and I'm just gonna dot it on, kind of like clown makeup. I do like to kind of like cheese a little bit so I can see where my cheeks actually are. And then I'm just going to blend that out using that same Becca brush from before. So the reason I said Skywash was multi-use earlier is because I actually picked up a really cool trick on how to use it from the founder of Glossier, Emily Wise. So she likes to use Skywash in the shade Terra on her cheeks for kind of like a nice like nudie blush look. I have the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk, which does exactly that for me. And I don't own it in the shade Terra, so I haven't tried that out yet. What I have tried out, however, is using Glossier in the shade Echo as my contour. So to apply this, I just like to do a bunch of dots kind of like in the area where I'd apply like a cream contour or like a powder contour, and then right away just blend it out using that same big Becca brush. As you can see, it definitely does help to contour. Like that's the side with the contour, and that's the side without. So it does just really help to define like your cheekbones. The lighting's getting really bad in here. I'm so sorry for that. I've got like the weirdest setup to film today. So I'm just gonna try and get this done. Just applying some dots to the left side of my face. As you can see, it just kind of like helps to define my cheekbone area. Next, I'm going to take some of my favorite highlighter from Glossier that they're actually going to be discontinuing soon. It's the Glossier Play Night Shine in the shade Pale Pearl, I believe. This is my favorite highlighter ever, and I'm so sad they're discontinuing it because I thought I'd just be able to use it forever. I like to just apply a couple of dots on my face. I haven't tried out Glossier's other highlighter, the Halo Scope, because I have a temperamental coconut allergy, so that moisturizing core does not sound great for me. This stuff is amazing though. It just gives me like the nicest natural glowy skin. It really makes me look like I just radiate health despite making poor life choices all the time. Just add a little bit onto my nose using the same finger I'm using to blend it out. I do try and blend in this area using my ring finger just because it applies the lightest pressure of all fingers, but I also forget a lot of the time, so it doesn't really matter. As you can see, it just gives you like a really nice, natural, glowy look. Next, I'm going to do my eyebrows using my favorite brow product, the Glossier Boy Brow. I use the shade Brown. I truly don't know why I used to use other products for my eyebrows to like draw on thick, like Instagram looking brows. This product is gorgeous and so quick and easy to apply. I start at like the inner portion of my brow and just blend upwards and outwards. I do kind of like to stamp it where I need a bit more definition towards like the top of my brow here and towards like the tail. It's just so quick and easy and just really makes me look put together. And on days where I don't wear makeup, I will usually bother brushing some boy brow into my brows because it just really pulls together my face. I look back on pictures and videos of myself from like 2010, back before I started doing anything to my eyebrows, and I cringe. My overplucked brows were awful and just did nothing to frame my eye area. So that's boy brow. The last step, I think, no, the third last step really. We're almost done the look. I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes using this dirty old little Tweezerman eyelash curler. I love this stuff. I like to curl my lashes. I just find it adds a huge amount of length and volume to my lashes to curl them. I honestly like to curl my lashes even when like I don't wear makeup sometimes, just because I find it really helps to like maintain the natural curl, to just curl them even on off days. For the mascara, I'm just going to use my Holy Grail, the Glossier Lash Slick. This is like my third tube of this stuff. I love it. It's just so easy to apply. I don't really wiggle as much with this wand as I probably should. So I just comb through, focusing on kind of my outer corner for the look we're going for today. I do like to pay attention while applying my mascara. I don't just kind of like blindly drag it on, because I find it does make a huge difference in your eye look having a well applied mascara. Just gonna do the same thing to my other eye, just wiggling and brushing through. People are getting home in my house, so I really need to get this done. No, just refilming a YouTube video. Did my best, right? I did. Wouldn't go high enough. That was just my boyfriend's stepsister coming home. I live in a family home and we're all going to be celebrating New Year's Eve together, so that'll be lots of fun. Just going to build up my right eye a little more with this lash slick. You can really see it just adds a nice little bit of definition and length to my lashes. I will say a fresh tube of this stuff is like lash extensions in a bottle. This is just like a really old tube. It's like 3 months old, but it still does like a great job compared to any other old tube of mascara. Like this performs as well as like other mascaras do new, and it's 3 months old, so I find that quite impressive. That's how it looks with mascara on the top lashes. I'm just going to quickly apply a little bit to my bottom lashes as well. I don't like to go like too ham with my bottom lash mascara. So that's how it looks all applied. Lastly, we're going to do the lips. So I'm going to start off with my latest Glossier Balm.com. It's in the flavor Wild Fig. So I'm going to start off with my new Glossier Balm.com in the flavor Wild Fig. Glossier was kind enough to actually send this to me for Glossier was actually kind enough to send this to me. I run like a little beauty blog on Instagram and I feature their products a lot because I love them. So they sent me just a little gift of some things on my wish list, which I greatly appreciate. I find the Wild Fig, it smells delicious, but then it honestly does add a really nice wash of color to my lips. I want to do a little something more today though, since this is my New Year's Eve look and not just like my hanging out around the house doing nothing look. So I'm going to go in with another soon to be discontinued Glossier product, the Vinylic Lip or Vinyl Lip, I don't know, in the shade Genius. I love this stuff because it's kind of like a 3-in-1 lip product. It's as moisturizing as a balm, as pigmented as like a very pigmented lipstick, and then it's got this beautiful high shine finish. Got a cool little button at the end that you pump to dispense more product. And voila, that's how I look with a little bit of Genius on the lips. This stuff is pretty pigmented because I've got a little patch of vitiligo on my lip here, and it does actually cover that very well. Whereas like sheerer colors of Gen G, like Cake and like don't actually cover it without having to build it up on that particular spot. I literally just go back and forth on that spot a couple of times. So I'm very impressed with the pigment of these. I would probably pick up more colors of it if they weren't discontinuing it at the start of January. I just hate getting invested in makeup products that are soon to be discontinued because I fall in love and then I can't buy it again when I run out. So it's just not my favorite position to be in.
And of course, I had to get some glamour shots of the completed look all together. So here it is. It is very awkward to take these. I have fast forwarded this footage as fast as I can, but I just knew it wouldn't be a makeup tutorial without this part.
Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. I'm going to have to hop off because my family is coming out of the woodwork and there's going to be a lot of background noise soon. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment to let me know what you'd like to see more of from me, and subscribe to actually see more. Have a great day, guys, and have a happy New Year's Eve. Bye. It's okay. I'm done. I'm gonna pack up in here. So. Oh, it's okay. I was just filming like outro bits anyway. I I tried to film it a lot earlier and I did like a whole like hour-long video and then I went to go watch it and for some reason it only focused on like the top of my head. So I had to take off all my makeup and redo it.
Bye, guys. See you next week.